So Morgan, I got 4 worldview questions for you. One is, how do you think the world came into existence? What do you think your purpose is? Why do you think the world is broken? And what do you think the fix is? So I'll start with the first one. Morgan, how do you think the whole world came into existence?
Well, I'm not exactly sure how it did, but I do think it's possible that there was a collision of sorts that created something. It's also possible that there was an actual creator. It's possible both things can be true as well.
Okay, I got you. So what do you think your purpose is? Why do you think you exist?
That's a difficult one. I think I can make the world a better place.
Okay. Yeah.
I do. I'm not quite sure exactly how to do
that
yet, but I do think I can do that.
Were you created, or were you just a random accident?
I think what is that?
The heart. Oh. I think you were created by this. Love.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. No, it's good.
That's true.
But yeah.
But I think I wouldn't say everything is random, but I think a lot of things are.
Okay. Yep.
I believe in destiny.
Okay.
Fate.
Yeah. Anybody orchestrating that destiny, or it just kind of randomly happens?
I think it could be random.
Okay.
I don't really know.
Yeah. Here's my next 2 questions. Is, why do you think the world is so broken? Like, the world is just groaning. It seems like it's just sick, and people are dying, people killing each other. Why do you think the world is so messed up?
I think it's because I think it's because humans as a whole are selfish, honestly.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. You have an idea how we got like that?
I'm not sure.
You want to answer?
Me first.
You go ahead.
That's it. Me first.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's the answer.
Well,
Yep.
people are self-serving.
Sure.
Not enough people care about other people.
Yeah. Yep.
I love you.
Well, what do you think the fix is? What's gonna fix everything, you think?
I'm not sure.
Yep.
I think I don't know anything about centuries ago or anything.
Okay.
I've obviously not been alive very long.
That's okay.
But I do know that things seemed a lot simpler before money existed.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that's definitely one of the factors.
Yeah. You can tell me no. Can I give you something to put a rock in your shoe? Even if you don't believe it, just see if it makes sense. And I'm going to show you what the central message of the Bible. All right? Even if you don't believe it, just investigate it on your time, or just throw it in the garbage, okay? So the Bible answers those 4 questions better than anything I've ever heard. And you see if you agree with me. You don't have to agree with me. But here's what Jesus said about those 4 questions. First of all, the Bible says in the beginning, God created 2 people, Adam and Eve. And Adam and Eve decided that they wanted to go their own way. They said, don't eat from the tree I told you not to eat from. Instead of them wanting to worship God, they wanted to take matters to their own hand, in some ways become God. So they saw that the tree was good for food, and the desire to make one wise. They took some, and that's where the human race fall into sin, which answers the first question, or not the first question, but why the world is broken, because man decided that they wanted to go their own way, and they didn't want to obey a higher authority. That's the first one. Now, how do we get here? As the Bible says in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. He created the first two people. But they wanted to go their own way. That's why everybody screwed up. And like, you look like your parents or your mom or your dad.
I've been told I look like my dad.
Well, they passed that look down to you, where Adam and Eve passed the DNA of sin down to us. What letter's in the middle of the word sin?
I.
So anytime I do what I want to do, who did you just put above God?
Yourself.
Yeah, that's idolatry. And Adam and Eve got what they wanted, but they didn't want what they got. Because as soon as they got what they wanted, immediately the Bible says they started trying to run and hide from God. They always walked perfectly with God until they wanted to go their own way. And that it was a shame, and they had tried to cover it up. They started blaming God for what they did. They started blaming each other. They started blaming the serpent. The serpent didn't have a leg to stand on. So everything was just so messed up. But then God decided to fix it few thousand years later, when he sent his son Jesus. And even though we're guilty, Morgan, we broke the law, and God fixed it by sending his son Jesus to pay the fine. So let's say, Morgan, you was charged with a bunch of speeding tickets. You walked into the courtroom and somebody paid your speeding fine. The judge can do what? He dismissed the case. He can let it go. Well, Morgan, how many lies have you told in your whole life combined?
Ooh, probably too many to count.
Have you ever stolen anything? You ever cheated on the test and stole answers? Wow, you better than me. Jesus said if you look at someone with lust, you commit adultery in your heart. Have you ever looked at someone with lust? Have you ever used God's name in vain?
Yes.
Have you ever been angry with somebody? You feel like you could put some pain on them?
Yes.
You know that's considered to be murder in the Bible?
Oh, wow. I did not know
Because
that.
how does somebody feel before they hurt somebody or kill somebody? They feel that anger.
Yeah.
So the Bible says when you feel that rage, you're guilty. So, Morgan, you just like the rest of us. If you were to stand before God and he gave you what you've earned and he'll give you the death penalty. And death is the way of showing how serious our sin is to God. He's giving you the death penalty. And if you stand before him guilty, he's just going to do what a good judge does. He's like a judge that's going to pay a murderer with the death penalty. But God loved you enough to send his son in your place. And the Bible says God took all of the hell you deserve and he crushed Jesus on the cross. But you know what he did? He's paid our fine in full. Now God can let you go from your death penalty of going to hell because of the death and resurrection of Jesus. But what you must do is humble yourself and say, God, I get it. Like, I was messed up. I went my own way. That's why I'm in this situation. That's why the world is in this situation. But you sent Jesus to fix the problem that man created for themselves. That's how much you love us. And if you'll do that, it'll change everything for you. Change the way you think, give you different desires and new affections. See, he has a purpose for you. And your purpose is to, when you get locked in with your creator, like I told you, are you created or was you a random accident? Well, you wasn't a random accident. God had a purpose for you when he sent Jesus. And if you'll get locked into your creator, he'll show you your purpose on why you exist. But if you stay disconnected, you're going to wander. And in the end, God is just going to do what a good judge does. That's why he sent Jesus. So that's the whole message. How do we get here? It's God created us. What's our purpose? It's to get locked in with your creator through his son Jesus. Why is the world broken? Because of sin. And what's the fix? It's Jesus. You need a new heart. You can't keep this same heart. He will change your heart like he did with mine. And that's the whole central message of the Bible. What you really think? Did it make sense at all, or just still kind of screwed up?
I mean, it does kind of make sense.
Okay. And Miss Morgan, you know why we came to you? Man, I was so broken and messed up. Like, somebody showed this message to me, and I didn't really believe it at first, but I wanted to. So what I did is I started dating Jesus to see if I wanted to marry him. I know that sounds kind of weird. Like, I dated my wife for about 3 months before I said, you know what? I could commit to this woman because she showed me enough outside of the marriage relationship. Well, you may want to date Jesus for a while because, man, he's giving you breath. You smart. You're a beautiful young lady. you can reason. Well, he's giving you that so you can reason whether what I'm saying is true or not. And if you'll think long hard enough and try to compare it to any other religion, it's not religion I'm telling you about, it's really more of a relationship. Like, he didn't come for a religion. Do you mind, can I see your hand for a second? So religion says, if I hold on to God, the God of a religion, then he holds on to me. You got to hold on to him by performance. That's religion. Jesus didn't come for a religion for you to hold on to him. When I was saved, when Jesus saved me, he held me like this. So whether I hold on to him or not, the only reason why I'm going to get into heaven is not because I hold on to Jesus, it's because of what? He holds on to me.
Yeah.
So you're going to make mistakes, but you need a God that loves you enough to, even when you're not keeping all of the standard, he still is going to help you. This one, you're on your own.
Yeah.
Jesus came for this, not this. All right. If it's true, Morgan, when do you think you'll follow Jesus? If it's true.
What's keeping you from not believing what you said it made sense to? What's keeping you from saying, I don't want to trust that? What is it? Still have that? Or something?
I honestly don't know.
Okay. We care about you. We do care about you and love you. That message is on the back of those cards. And when you're ready, go through. I just basically said the same thing that's on the back of those cards, Morgan. And I'm praying that you will let Jesus lock onto you. He'll never leave you nor forsake you.